What is going on, everybody? It is your boy PTK BLAM back with another episode of the Shop Podcast on this beautiful Saturday afternoon. How you guys doing today? Thanks everybody for coming out, hanging out with us, coming out for kicking it with us. Got a great lineup of gamers here for you today. So if you did not know, we are here to talk games, and that is all we do. So I'm gonna go ahead and start off with my special guest, man. I hit this guy up just today. Huge fan of what he does. He has a podcast. I'll let him get into all of that himself. But I got Darksiders on the show here today. Go ahead and give yourself a shout out, brother.
What's up, everybody? PTK BLAM, thanks for having me here, man. Appreciate it, bro. I got the Quest podcast with my boys, Remix, M. Baines, Timodos, and our queen of the Quest podcast, Luca. She's on there too. So, but yeah, dude, happy to be here tonight.
The saltiest motherfucker around.
Oh, and you will get a lot of Dark Goldblum tonight. So, you know.
For sure. Cool, man. Glad to have you on. I'm glad you were able to make the time to come on, man. Big fan of what you guys do on the Quest podcast, man. So let's get right into it. So then we got the governor is back from his hiatus. Him and Donald Trump been hanging out, fishing. He's back now though. So how you feeling? How you feeling, GKB?
Oh, it's hard, man. I'm tired of knocking all this fake news down on shit all the time, bro. It's driving me crazy. I'm doing good. What's up, everybody? The governor. Just hanging out. Glad to be back on the Shop podcast. Sorry, guys. I've been like kind of MIA a lot lately. Just working. Everything's just been driving me nuts. So, but I'm here. Let's rock out.
All that matters, yeah, for sure. Glad to have you back, man. You're my right hand, so you already know how that goes. So then we got the boy Jarhead on. Go ahead and give yourself a shout out, Jarhead.
Hey, what's up, guys? Always happy to be here. Just ready to talk some games. Go Steelers.
Sure. Hey, y'all, boy. We both Steelers fans. I don't want to hear none of that Cowboy shit.
You know it's coming.
Don't even try it. Don't even try it. Anyway, then we got my boy Predator H2O back from his hiatus, man. The man was gone, defending the country. He is back on USA soil, man. Glad to have you back, man. Let us know what's going on with you.
Oh, man, happy to be here. God bless America and the Cowboys. Glad to be back here on the Shop, man. I know I kind of popped in a couple of times during my deployment, but I am back. I'll start making some more content here once I get settled in with the family. And glad to be here, man. Let's get these topics rolling and get some gaming talk going.
For sure. Let's dive right into it, everybody. So if you guys did not know, or this is your first time watching the Shop podcast, the chat is live. So we do a lot of chat work, man. So get in there if you have questions. We're going to take the questions at the end of the show, guys. That's how we typically do things here. So let's dive right into the first topic. So first things I want to talk about here today, guys, is the PS5 rumors. This has been kind of going around ever since the Scorpio information dropped. At first I thought this was just like a knee-jerk reaction from Sony fans. Well, Sony ponies, not Sony fans. But, I mean, you never know. They say 2018. I wanted to get you guys' opinions on if this is actually a thing, or if this doesn't make sense even if it is a thing. And also, do you guys think 2018 is the right date for it to drop? So we'll start with you, Adamus, since this is your first time here. How do you feel about that?
Oh man, you're gonna put me right on the spot, huh?
Yeah, brother.
He does this to me all the time.
Nah, it's all good. I have to say, when people think to themselves, this is gonna come out in 2018, they are out of their freaking minds, man. There's no way this PS5 is gonna come out in 2018. I would say maybe around the lines of 2019, 2020. Because Sony would just be stupid to come out with another console next year, especially since the Pro just came out this past year. Like, come on, like they got to get a little time in to actually figure out what they want to do with with their consoles and stuff. Just because they're at top right now, they're the top dog right now in the gaming industries with their games and their consoles and stuff. So for them to come out with another console in 2018 when they don't really need to, it would just be dumb, and it probably wouldn't sell. So
okay, that's a fair point. I mean, I remember I made a video a long time ago, like one of the first videos I ever made on my channel, and I said that this generation is not going to last as long as the PS3 360 generation was. I think about 10 years or so. And we're almost 5 into it at this point. So I can't say that 2018 is like it's we're halfway through, the previous generation at this point. So it's like, I guess it's about the right time if they were going to do it. The Pro thing kind of throws everything off because they did drop that, and it would kind of feel irrelevant if they decided to put out a PS5. But I mean, I don't know. I kind of go back and forth about this. So GKB, it's on you, brother.
Yeah, so we got this news from the guy. He correctly predicted the Pro and the Slim and stuff. So his track record's pretty good. I don't know or foresee like it coming out in 2018. That would be kind of dumb. I agree with Dark Optimus. Like with it coming out like a year or a little after a year of the Pro being out, it doesn't really make much sense. I know if I bought the Pro and I was just talking to Predator before the show started, and he's thinking about getting the Pro. Like, if you bought one of those like right now, and then the next year a PS5 comes out, I mean, I'd be extremely freaking pissed off, and rightfully so. Like, honestly, man, I don't know. Like, I think it's still too early, but like going back to like your generation thing too. Generations like they used to be are completely gone now. It's like, iterative consoles, like who knows? They could just be testing the waters too. They could be like, hey, well, let's try it anyway. Let's, next year come out with a PS5 with whatever you want to throw in there and just see how the market is, and kind of, because they're kind of winging it at this point, like with this iterative thing and not going away from the true generation stuff. So I don't know, man. It's going to be interesting if they do, and seeing how the backlash, if there is any from the fans, and all that kind of stuff. So I think it's too early, though.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm kind of leaning towards it being a little too early. I could see 2019. I think that would make more sense. We'd be 7 years at that point, I think, and I guess that's about. I said 5 to 7 on the video a long time ago would be about right as far as the generation goes. But he's right about the fact that there's really no longer generations with these small iterations in between, like the big. Updated consoles or brand new consoles themselves. So good point. So Jarhead, it's on you, brother. How you feel about that?
Well, everybody's point is spot on, but has anybody thought to just think about maybe Sony can't afford to throw that kind of money on a new console when the Pro just came out? You know what I mean? And on top of everything, it would be stupid. I mean, it was clear, despite what anybody says, and the Defense Force can come out, the Pro was half-ass effort. I'm sorry, it was. That just was a money grab, and for them to even attempt to do that would be a slap in the face to the devoted fan base, including the media, and they're gonna lose money because it's 60 million consoles, but the PSN subscription, where the real money is, ain't doing shit. Compare. I think it's bullshit. I think it's just people hyping it up, and that's how the Xbox Scorpio actually has some track behind the scenes, and it'll be dumb. Like, so they have no need to, and I'm sure they cannot afford it.
Yeah, the turnaround. Yeah, the turnaround. I mean, you don't think they could work? Well, I guess, since that one is a half step, it's not really a true, like a big jump between the base vanilla PS4 and the Pro. Like, there is a little bit of a gap, but it's not much of one. Do you think they could have been working on those like concurrently, like maybe, planning for the PS5 and R&D and that?
I mean, Microsoft did that as well. They had 2 SKUs going.
Yeah, but you can't compare bank accounts, man. Big bank, little bank. Microsoft, people, you know what I mean? The R&D alone, dude.
I mean, I hear you too, but at the same time, Microsoft isn't throwing a shit ton at Xbox either. They kind of nothing like they were at the 360 era either. So they're under a budget as well, just like the PlayStation is.
Right. But
right now, Sony's bread and butter right now is the PlayStation. So they probably would put a lot of money into it, honestly.
But you think they really will do that? They literally is less than a year.
Well, I mean, we're talking about a company that, also went in and, pretty much said, Destiny and all this stuff was exclusive with their marketing and all that kind of stuff.
That is true. I think it will be stupid, but then again, like I said, it doesn't matter. The fans will eat it up anyways. But if they do, hopefully they fucking bring some muscle and they can go toe-to-toe with the Xbox.
Yeah. I doubt it. I honestly doubt it because, like GKB was saying, they already have... all these exclusive deals throughout the fall with all these games. They pretty much just threw all their money into that and was like, okay, we need to do something to combat Scorpio.
Like, how do you think they feel right now? Right, they threw all that money into all these games for the marketing and stuff, and they're still going to look better on the Scorpio. So,
right, exactly.
They probably got
you just made a good point. I mean, like you got
Kevin Hartbook,
and to try and take away a little bit of news from the Scorpio is to announce the PS5. Even if they don't release it, the typical Sony fashion, they announce shit super early.
Yeah,
I wouldn't be surprised if they announce something coming up pretty soon, like they're working on a PS5, just to kind of punch the Microsoft guys in the gut a little bit with the Scorpio.
I mean, they'll probably do something at E3 or something like that just to kind of announce something, but I don't think they're going to come out with it in 2018 at all.
I don't think it'll release that soon, but I think they would just be like, I think the smart move for them would be just to announce it, just to kind of, from the marketing aspect of it, would just be, let me take a little bit of steam away from the Scorpio. It's announcing this year by announcing the PS5, because what's going to happen. All the fanboys eat this shit up. Oh, the PS5's been announced.
How y'all gentlemen doing?
Hey, what's up, Chuck?
What's up, Triple Cup, Chuck?
And
that's a good point.
This is the same company that said that the PS4 Pro could do 8 teraflops, and everybody fucking ate it up.
Yeah.
So technically, you're right. They can show a flyer.
They're producing their stuff for the masses, for the fanboys, for the guys out there who are just all on their shit. It's like, I'm gonna buy this because it is what it is. It's got a Sony brand name on it, and as soon as they announce it, that's gonna take away sales from the Scorpio. And that's exactly what they're probably gonna do. Again, I don't think they're going to release it this year, but again, how many of us have new phones every year? They cost $700. How many of us?
That's true,
right? Yeah.
So I mean, we're getting to the point where I know, and a lot of people. I still have a Note 5. And they were like on 7 or some shit like that now. But but the smart consumer is just gonna be like, I'm not buying that shit. But you know how we are, especially as Americans, we want the hottest, newest shit. So we're gonna buy the newest shit, and eventually those original PlayStation 4s will come off the shelves, and the only thing you're gonna see are the PS4 Pros, and then they'll slowly trickle those out to make room for the PS5s, just like Xbox did.
That would be horrible, dude. That is like the worst slap in the face.
Yeah,
I don't care how diehard of a Sony fan. That's like a fucking insult.
It is, but what has happened this whole generation? Sony has done no wrong. No matter what fucked up shit they do, no matter how fucked up the shit is, they've done no wrong this generation, and because they know that, they will continue to sell products that's anti-consumer. Because it's gonna make them money. This is like it's something. I mean, even Michael Pachter, I think, predicted, or somebody else I saw this on Twitter the other day, was like, the sales are gonna start trickling down for the PlayStation 4. Okay, they know that, so let's go ahead and announce something else. We got something new coming up in the pipeline.
I honestly think that at this current point, Sony doesn't really care too much about like you guys made all good points about the fact that they literally have marketing deals to probably the 4 biggest third-party games coming out this year. Multiplats this year, and that has to cost a lot of fucking money. But on one hand, really, PlayStation is the only part of Sony's portfolio that's really worth any damn thing.
Yeah, and it wouldn't surprise me if they have a clause in there that says that every company, no matter what they do, cannot show any Xbox footage whatsoever.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
And that's the shit that Microsoft needs to start doing.
I'm pretty sure. You know what? I'm almost done with the whole back and forth, okay, we need to start doing this and doing that, because I feel like it is what it is. Microsoft has a completely different culture at this point. This isn't the Bill Gates, I don't remember the guy after him, the guy that owns the Clippers. I can't remember his fucking name. Ballmer, Steve Ballmer, Microsoft. This is, Satya and Nadella, they have a different culture now. I just don't think Phil and those guys care. I think they do care, because obviously Phil did say, hey, we want to win, we want to be first. I think there is some thought there, but I don't really think that any of that matters to them. I don't think they feel like they need to make these huge adjustments on the part of Sony.
They don't. But see, somebody made a good point last week. I think it was GKB on his podcast. I don't want this whole bullshit, that the leapfrog effect. You got 6 teraflops, I got 8. Well, I got 10. I don't, because you know what? Then that's gonna take away from actual gaming.
Yeah, it does. Like the good thing about that though is it gets away from the whole power narrative because like when you get to a certain point of like T-flops,
you're going nowhere.
Really
it doesn't really mean shit.
It's just a talking point at that point, but the games are still going to run basically the same on either one. So
exactly,
it doesn't really matter.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
What I worry about though with the iterative consoles is much like the Sega generation and stuff, where they were just pumping out consoles, doing all kinds of weird shit all the time, and then they just tanked and nobody was buying anything. That's what I worry about.
Exactly.
For Sony.
Yeah. I honestly don't think that'll happen to Sony. If they play their cards right and they don't try to do that what Sega did. I know how Sega was just like they came out with the Saturn, and then a few months later they came out with a Dreamcast or something like that. It was just like, geez, I don't think Sony's gonna pull that at all.
Yeah.
I couldn't see it.
Cool. All right, so I know we didn't get your opinion yet, Chuck. He just slid in. But Chuck, how do you feel about the PS5 rumors or news, whatever you want to call it?
All right. What I was thinking about, a lot. I was weighing both options, like if Sony announced the PS5, how it killed on the market for the PS4, and how a lot of the fanboys you'll have, some of them gonna be harangued because of the leapfrog. Some of them gonna be mad because they just bought a PS4 or the PS4 Pro. But what I was thinking about, Sony is snake. Sony, like a little snake. I guess that's where the S come from. But what they could do is like have something like with IGN, and then this whole generation been about this here leaks. My IGN come out. We got a leak confirming they got a PlayStation 5 coming out with 10 teraflops. It don't have to be. Excuse me. It don't have to be true. But it just had to be said, and not by Sony, because if Sony say it's gonna make the PS4, some of the players that purchased it get mad for just purchasing it. But Sony could say, well, look, we never said that. We are working on something. They just let the cat out the bag, and I believe that could be something that compared against the Scorpio, just by in the media, like how they pushing it now, and then all of a sudden they get an official leak, and Sony just don't have to say nothing.
Yeah, good point. I mean, that's real strategic. That's something Sony would do. Sony would definitely do something like that too. So I don't know, man. It's definitely an interesting rumor. We'll wait and see. E3 is right around the corner. It's not too far from now. So we'll definitely see. So good opening topic though. So we're gonna go ahead and move on to the next topic. So everybody in the chat, it is live. So put your questions in there. We shoot the shit in the chat. Shout out to Crap. He's in there talking about the shitty ass Ravens. But anyway, shout out to Crap, man. But anyway, so we're gonna move on to the next topic. So I got this topic actually off of Twitter. I can't remember. I believe somebody made a video talking about this.
It was Jazz, I think.
Jazz. It was probably a Jazz. And so shout out to Jazz.
I think it was Jazz and Ram. I think they do that that 2-man thing.
Yeah. I know something happened, but I saw it. I was like, that'd be very interesting to talk about on the show. So I kind of wanted to talk about that. So as we know, there's a lot of franchises that these publishers, that these developers have laying around. Even Sony has some, Microsoft has some, Nintendo has some. And I kind of wanted to talk about that. I mean, there are some games, we always kind of do this pie in the sky E3 thing. And there's been a bunch of games that we all want to see come back. So, and more interesting, I was looking at like somebody like Capcom who has this huge library of games, and Sega also too, that are just super beloved and we'd all love to see come back. So I want you guys to give your opinion on like what are some of the franchises you love to see come back from like a Sega or from like a Capcom or whoever that you can think of. So we'll start with Chuck. We'll start with you on this, brother.
Oh, then you hit me with this one here. A franchise I would like to see come back.
Yeah.
It had to be from like the generation, like the Sega generation, or
whenever. It doesn't matter. Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm gonna go about the one I'm really anticipating on right now, Donkey Kong. Something about Donkey Kong. I love that game, the Donkey Kong Country, not the one where he was Super Mario with the little thing. He was running up the little ladder. Not that one.
All right, cool. So Donkey Kong. All right, cool. Good pick. So what about you, Jar?
Shit, I have a few. I guess from Sony's side, Siphon Filter. I was a huge fan of that series, man. Yeah, Siphon Filter. Absolutely. I love that game back in the day.
Okay, cool. Yeah, Siphon Filter would be awesome too. That'd be that was a great game. Okay, right. Cool.
Uncharted like, but without the cheesy dad jokes. Would be awesome.
in the cool. So GKB, what about you, brother? Minus Splinter Cell, because we already know how you feel about it.
Hopefully I get that this year, so I'll be happy. Man, there's a lot, dude. Like back in the SNES days, I played like a game called Secret of Mana. I think Square Enix did that.
Yeah, that was clear.
That was old
I'd like to
school,
see
man.
Yeah, old. Yeah, I remember that shit.
That was such a good RPG, man. I would love to see that come back. Sony, I was thinking about like a SOCOM game because I loved SOCOM on the PlayStation back in the day too. Nintendo, I'd like to see Crimson Skies. And they seem to be kind of doing that now, like Phantom Dust and Voodoo Vents and all that kind of stuff. So they seem to be like bringing some of that stuff back. But Crimson Skies and Mecha Soul would probably be the ones there.
Nice. And shout out to Aaron Greenberg too, because Megasoul has this. Last time he was on the show, Megasoul has this soft place in his heart. He was. I tried to get him to talk more about it, but he was like, "Nah, I don't want to." He don't want to really bring it up. So shout out to Aaron Greenberg. So okay, cool. Predator. What about you, brother?
I actually answered Jez when he put that out there. My first was Ninja Gang because I love that game. It's one of my favorite games. But I also put Mercenaries in there.
Mercenaries is a good game.
I love that game too. And there's another. I love my military shooters, man. Full Spectrum Warrior was my third game.
I remember that too.
I put down there.
Even the SOCOM Navy SEALs before they ruined it.
Yeah,
that was an awesome series.
I love SOCOM.
So those are my three. I mean, I think we'll get an Ninja game at some point. I don't think it's going to happen for like another 3 or 4 years. The other two games, I think they're kind of dead in the water just because of the companies are kind of debunked in most cases. So yeah, but, I mean, I can always wish, right?
Yeah, cool. All right, cool. So what about you, Adamus?
Well, if you would have talked to me like a couple weeks ago, I probably would have said a 2D Sonic, but apparently we're going to be getting that very soon here.
Here we are.
But I would have to say Golden Axe back in the day. You know,
that's Sega, right? Is that Sega?
That is Sega.
Yeah, that's an old fucking game.
Nice.
Yeah, I would love to see that, and I would also love to see Prince of Persia come back with something as well.
Yes.
I love that.
I forgot all about Prince of Persia. Low key, that's a good one right there. Okay, cool. So for me, man, you guys have some really good ones. One that I'd love to see come back. I'd love to see the new like Power Stone from Capcom.
Ooh, Power Stone, dang.
Power Stone, that was shit. A fun game. Yeah, super fun game. It'd be a cool party game, especially with like the features we have now, like these things that the consoles can do. It'd be super duper fun. Also, oh man, what else would I like to see come back? Well, there's another game. I don't know how they would do it, but like Alter Beast was one of my favorite games on Sega.
Oh yeah.
I don't know how they would do it, but it was definitely a super fun game. And I loved it. So those are the two that I can currently think of that I would love to see just come back, rise from the ashes.
Of course.
Drop something.
My favorite, Jade Empire.
Okay.
I always have to throw that one.
Ooh, yeah, Jade Empire.
I think that one. I got one more Alibi too.
Yeah.
Fantasy Star.
Fantasy Star.
Well, they have an online one though.
Yeah, the online one that came out like 5-6 years ago, I think.
Yeah, it's still going strong. A lot of people still playing it.
I was even thinking like maybe even a Knights of the Old Republic, 3 or something like that. Because I know they did the PC MMO, but that wasn't the same.
It was nothing like it. They need to bring that to consoles. They're missing out on money.
Yeah. I think. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. I mean, now that Disney owns all the Star Wars shit, good luck with that. But so they're not letting go of shit. So they even kicked George Lucas out of the building. They're like, you ain't getting none of this shit. So but yeah, okay, cool. I mean, there was some good games, but I completely forgot about Prince of Persia too, and that was a really fun ass game. I hadn't thought about that in a long time. Yeah,
even the very last one was really good, despite that.
Yeah. The one that came before that, the last one was trash. That was just why would they even do that?
Yeah,
you couldn't even die. Like it was just like, why are you making this game? You can't even die.
Is that the one where you just rewind it?
Yeah.
Like you just rewind every time you were to die,
actually,
or you were about to die. You just rewind.
You talking about the one with the colors?
With the chick like pulls you up when
it got weird. But I still liked it. I played the hell out of that game though.
Yeah, I still played it.
Okay. Okay, cool. Good point, man. A lot of great games. Those are some of the games. So any developers, if you guys are listening, or anybody from any of these companies, man, make that shit happen, man. So it'd be nice for us older gamers to see some of that stuff come back. So on to the next topic. So this is one that I picked, just kind of on purpose. This is something that, since the Scorpio is probably the biggest news to come out within the last month or two, as far as some of the specs and things that we got, the news and everything like that from Digital Foundry. I kind of want to dive into that. So we all know that the Scorpio has to be introduced in a particular way. Like Microsoft can't drop the ball with the way they introduce the Scorpio. So what are some of the key points that you guys think that Microsoft or the Scorpio message needs to hit for it to be a success? So I'm gonna start with you, GKB, on this.
Oh man, like this, I keep going back and forth with this, man, because it's really hard to show off like the 4K gaming and all that stuff to, over a stream and all that kind of stuff. It's gonna be compressed video and all that kind of stuff. So they really have to sell this thing to why people need to upgrade from like an Xbox One S or anything like that, to make it worthwhile. And it's going to be a really tough, thing for them to do. That's one of the key points there. And just showing a bunch of games, I think that's really what sells a console, honestly, is the games like third party, first party. We hear like a lot of stuff that, Phil's investing a lot into first party again. So showing some of those maybe golden nuggets would be really cool. Get people enthused and wanting to buy these things. So message is going to be the key thing, man.
Okay, cool. Yeah, nice. All right. So it's on you, Adam. What do you think they need to nail to get this right, brother?
All I know is that they cannot talk about TV and movies and things like that, like they did in 2013. But the thing that they really need to do is get the PlayStation community who left Xbox 360 and went to PlayStation. What they really need to do is just like show them what the games are going to really look like. I know it's going to be hard because the stream is going to kind of compress that down, so it's really going to be tough for them to say, oh, check out this game on the Scorpio, it's gonna be revolutionary or whatever. But I think if they address it in a way that shows that, or if they do like a comparison, like a side-by-side comparison of the Scorpio and the One S or the original Xbox One, maybe that might kind of intrigue people to be like, okay, maybe I might actually go back to the Scorpio or something like that and get that. But I mean, they just have to not do what they did in 2013. That's the main thing, that they cannot do that at all.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, like the Scorpio, like in itself, like everybody loves new hardware and all that kind of stuff, and I think it's going to be like really good. But we keep hearing like what Sony has for like marketing rights for all these big third party, and they're going to be showing it on their stage. So that's another thing they got to combat. Like too, they have to show like some big third parties that they have as well, like an Assassin's Creed and some other stuff. Hopefully, Splinter Cell.
You coming at my throat, bro?
No, I'm just. There's a spoiler, man. Already.
Uh-oh. You're getting salty already, dude.
I see this.
Pulling out his knife and shit.
Okay, cool. All right. So that's a lot of good points. I mean, I think obviously the biggest one I think would be price, obviously.
Price.
Probably going to be the biggest thing. Because like you said, it's really tough. The graphics thing is kind of tough to display, like the difference between, the upgrades and how things are going to look. I know that's kind of tough. So pricing is going to be huge. I think maybe the way they talk about it, because I mean, it's going to have to give people more than just obviously what the games look like and upgraded graphics. So I think, I'm confident that they'll come out and they'll do it the right way, and they kind of know what they're doing. Maybe them pairing it with some of these newer games that's going to be coming out will help a lot. And like GKB said, I think another big third-party game on stage like Assassin's Creed or like a Splinter Cell or something like that would really help. Because those games have like credibility already. People know what those games are, and they know, they're already anticipating those games. So I think that would help, like showcase the Scorpio. So it's a good point. So Jarhead, what about you, brother?
I say the KISS method. Keep it simple, stupid. First, get the the system reveal out of the way. Do that first, and then just games. I mean, everybody, not coming at you, bro. Everybody needs to forget about 2013. That happened. People need to get over that shit. I mean, they need to reveal it the same way they did with the S.
Yes, yeah.
Just talk games. And I think they have a plan. I don't see why people are like, oh, I got to see it in 4K. I got to see it in 4K. Wait a minute. Half of the crowd apparently is a huge gap between 900p and 1080p. Now you need hard facts for the 4K. Come on. So this whole notion that people, I gotta see it, it's 4K for real. Calm your tits. They just need to focus on games. You could tell the fucking difference, whether you want to admit it or not, when the game runs better. Period. I mean, IGN, for God's sakes, you can stream shit at 4K 60. You know what I mean? So I think the first thing they need to get, hopefully the reveal, fuck the specs. We already know the specs, and just put the price, which I'm still saying for $399. Hopefully less, but I doubt it. But who knows? And then just go into games.
$399, man. Like, I think if it's any higher than $399, I think it's a missed opportunity for Microsoft.
I agree. They cannot go above $399. They do not need to go $399. They could take the hit, and they're using all those custom parts. They can do it even cheaper than that. To be honest with you, if they really wanted to.
If they really, that's the whole thing. Is that now one thing I can say is that if they decide to do different SKUs, that may be an excuse for them to go above.
I hope not. That different SKU shit, shit gets convoluted, man.
Well, I completely understand what you're saying, but as far as maybe a bigger, because it's coming with a 1 terabyte, maybe you get a 2 terabyte for another $50. So I don't know. I'm just saying that that could be a thing also too. I mean, I'm not 100% sure if they're going to do the $399 thing. I hope so. I hope it comes out as $399 because that would definitely.
I could feel the deal too, like BLAM with Phil. He's like, this is for the hardcore. This is for the guy that's been around Xbox forever. This, that, and the other. Okay, so he's kind of talking to me and probably a lot of the panel members on here, right? So we have a bunch of Xbox games. We have hard drives and all that kind of stuff. So give us a core system with just the box and the freaking power cord and an HDMI cable, and call it a freaking day. Because I don't need any goddamn controllers. I don't need anything else with it. Like,
if it helps pricing, I agree.
Yeah. So I don't know. That's just
if it's pricing, because technically, any casuals, any young kids, you can just get them the S that comes bundled with, what I mean, with Minecraft and shit. Yeah. So, and I think they can keep the price down. I mean, obviously, I still say $399, but imagine if that fucker comes out at $350. The fucking internet.
I think the bottom line is probably going to be $399 if I was to guess, but like. I don't know, man.
It's hard to say.
Because I've been kind of.
It's hard to say. So go ahead, Brett.
I would say a price. If it's over $399, some people are gonna maybe wait.
Well, they're gonna use it against them. They're gonna say, "Oh, this is more expensive again." Blah 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 blah.
That's gonna be the first thing. The price is like the first thing they gotta hit on. And we talked about this in the last a couple of podcasts back. Well, so they got to hit on all cylinders. Not only the price, but the games. And if they look at the narrative over the last fucking 3 months, Xbox doesn't have this. They don't have they don't have Japanese games. Bring us Lost Odyssey 2. Bring us, a couple of Japanese titles. Bring us a couple of single player titles. Bring us Fable. Bring us the games that we're asking for, because I'm not asking for some of the stuff they've released recently. I didn't ask for Voodoo Events. I've been asking for Rise. I've been asking for Sunset Overdrive 2. And, people have been asking for those type of games. If we can't get that, if you're not gonna show us those games, then we're gonna be like, okay, you're gonna show us sequels of shit that we've already got. Shit that we've played multiple times over previous generations. Show us some shit we ain't seen before. Show us some brand new titles that's gonna get us fucking hype. If you can't do that, then they're gonna lose this already from the jump. They can't come out showing Halo 3 remaster. They can't come out showing other than
I don't know why people keep asking about Halo 3 remaster. No, why?
We've got enough Halo. I've seen enough Halo for a while.
I want Halo 6. Fuck yeah. 3. I already played that bitch 5 times.
So who cares? They can't come out that way. That's what I'm saying. They can't come out with that kind of crap again. They got to come out with brand new shit or shit that we've been asking for. Because if they continue to bring us these games that we're not asking for, again, I'm gonna go back to Voodoo Events. What's the other one they just released out recently? That's coming out here pretty soon.
Phantom Dust.
Phantom Dust. No one asked for those games. We want the brand new games. Yes.
Well,
you know.
okay. So I don't want to cut you off, but there's
Right.
a problem. There's a huge fucking glaring problem. We asked for these games, but nobody buys
We
them.
don't buy them.
It's true.
So I can't sit up there and say this is what they need to do when the proof is in the pudding. When these games that we've asked for, because don't get me wrong, I mean,
Can't say
they've come out with
nobody
a-
because I bought this shit.
no,
wait.
I mean,
What
I'm
did
not
we
saying-
ask for? What did we ask for as a sequel?
Nobody as in a whole.
Well, no,
what did
I
we ask
mean,
for that we've gotten?
well, no,
Well,
I'm talking about like because they've
Brand new shit.
attempted to put out a bunch of brand new shit. Like they've made
Recore, Quantum
strides.
Breaks.
Yeah,
and it's gotten fucking crucified.
and they've gotten trashed for it. Like
Well,
first
the
of all,
marketing was fucked up for those games. Like Quantum Break,
Well,
I
they-
agree, man. Marketing was fucked up for this.
Yeah.
They bring out Quantum Break
That's
and then like, oh, it's going to PC. They throw it on us the last minute. Recore, when it came out, there was no marketing for that game
Yeah, there was no
whatsoever.
marketing.
The thing is, with Quantum Break, guys, remember that's again not making excuses. I agree with you guys, but think about it. That was a fucked up deal to begin with. They dumped $80 million on that fucking game. So
Well, I mean, they didn't mind with Scalebound. They dumped $60 million in and canceled
Yeah,
it.
and you got nothing.
again, we don't know the details on that.
Yeah,
We don't know the details because you know what? If Microsoft could have come and said, "No, this is some whack ass developers that are too fucking lazy." Oh, how dare Microsoft pick on that poor little cute developer? And then if the developer
I think it was
comes,
50-50. I don't think one was
and then
greater
if
than the other.
if the guy comes out, oh, Microsoft was working on too hard. How dare Microsoft does that? This is not a sweatshop. It's a lose-lose, man. So we don't know the details. I'm bummed out, trust me. But let's not forget, a lot of people in the community, some of the ones that were crying when the game got canceled, were the ones saying, it's just Devil May Cry with dragons. I mean, come on, man.
You're
Like,
right,
there's
yeah.
a lot, there's a lot of fucking hypocrites out there. But
Yeah.
we don't know the details. So I mean, but yes, I agree. I want new shit. I am with you guys.
and
and
I
I
think it
think-
was Sunset and Recore, and they released them at the wrong time. Now,
Yeah,
could you
that's
imagine they
another
released
thing, too.
those games in the beginning of the year, like February,
But
March, April, unlike when they released it during Titanfall, Battlefield 1, and like those games came out around that time frame. I think
But
Recore
even
came out
then,
earlier.
when Sunset Overdrive came out, remember, man, my Xbox was literally running with a bum leg. That's why
Yeah.
everybody, heads were getting chopped off. Everybody, so.
And you know what's
yes.
really fucked up about that now? When people play that game, when they got it for free, and when they got even Rise, like they got it for
really
free,
like
they're
it.
like, "Oh my god, this game is amazing!" Like, what the fuck did
Yeah.
you buy this game when it was out for sale?
Well, here's the thing with exclusives that you have. they didn't market those very well, but we hardcore, of course, we go out there and we buy them, but they didn't market these for the casuals. And when you want to sell a game like that, you have to market it to the casuals out there.
Microsoft's marketing has sucked this whole entire generation.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
That's
you can go
that's
to
one
Best
thing.
Buy right now, and you can still see the original Xbox One. And not Best Buy, but even Best Buy, GameStop. Pick a place. They still have the original Xbox One sitting in there, like for display. The original one. I mean, like that's just been outdated.
They need to end production for that fucking model.
Yeah, no
There's
slim.
no
I mean, like
need to be
nothing
out
though.
there.
But I'm like, they're not even like. I mean, I see it on TV. I see it on YouTube and stuff like that. But like, when people are going to the store with their kids and they see the same fucking Xbox that's been there for since 2013. I mean, what are you telling the people? Those are the casuals. They're not watching YouTube videos. They're not watching podcasts.
Yeah.
They're going to Best Buy and they're going to GameStop to pick up their games and their consoles. They're seeing the same shit every single time they go in the store. That's the first thing they got to change. They have to change the mindset of every consumer out there. And it starts with just the fucking people walking in the fucking store.
Well, they also need a lot
shit.
more commercials and a lot more billboards out there, and a lot more
And
things
you know
that
what?
people that aren't hardcore gonna see that. They're gonna be able to see like, oh, okay, TV. There's a commercial for whatever Quantum Break 2 or whatever. They're gonna probably go out and buy it because they're like, oh, shoot,
Well, when you go into like Best Buy, what is the first thing you see? You see like PlayStation 4 with Destiny posters like every time you freaking go in there, and that's what's going to happen in Destiny 2.
Yeah,
And that was like one of my problems with Xbox this year after we found out that PlayStation has a lot of these third-party exclusive deals and stuff, is that Microsoft didn't go after fucking any of them, and I was like, another missed opportunity. Why didn't you at least grab one of those?
Well,
Like,
I'm looking at the silver linings. I mean, you can look at it two ways. You can look at it as they just fucking dropped the ball. You can look at it as that's a lot of money saved because Sony spent a shit ton of money on those marketing deals. So, and I know Phil a couple years ago said that that's not something that they were gonna put a whole lot of money into. I know he said it explicitly, like, hey, those marketing deals they're great, but them shits are expensive. But I mean, I'm not. We've all been really critical of Microsoft, and don't get me wrong. When they fucking up, believe me, I tell them when they fucking up, and I say when they fucking up. So I completely agree with all you guys as far as the marketing has not been on point. As far as some of these games, I mean, they had the marketing rights to Witcher, which was literally the biggest game, probably the last 2 or 3 years.
You couldn't fucking tell.
And you couldn't tell at all. I don't know if that was CD Projekt Red or if that was Microsoft. So it's one of those things.
No, it was Microsoft.
It was Microsoft. Also, they had the marketing rights to Fallout, and that didn't really, pan out. So number 2 huge games. Witcher. Well, the first Titanfall.
They had both of them. They had both of them.
Oh, they had both of them. Okay.
Yeah, I think Titanfall 2.
Well, that was kind of a weird situation.
That was pity. I think they just did that so Sony didn't do it. That's all.
Yeah. So I don't know. So I mean, it's a thing, and I hopefully that's something that they change. I'm starting to kind of think that this is something that who brought this up? I think Tim Dog. Shout out to Tim Dog if he's listening. He brought this up like a long ass time ago, and Tim knows a lot of people at Microsoft. And I'm not gonna say he's some insider or anything like that, but he said that Microsoft isn't working with the kind of money a lot of people think that they are as far as Xbox goes. As far as like their budget, we would think because this is one of the biggest companies, in the world, that they have some unlimited amount, that they can spend. It seems like that hasn't been the case this generation. Like they've had to really like either penny pinch or they've had to really be really specific as to what they put their money into, and it hasn't always paid off, which makes it that much worse because they don't have that big budget that a lot of people expect. So I think it's a combination of those two. As to why a lot of us kind of feel the way we do. Don't get me wrong. I still feel like they're going to come out and show some games that we're looking forward to and are going to surprise us.
I agree with you, BLAM. I totally agree, and I think they're going to show a whole bunch of good stuff and everything like that. But at the same time, like if you look at like Destiny 2, like how many people are still playing Destiny 1 right now? Yeah. Everybody's really excited about Destiny 2. Talked about this on like a Console Corner and Xbox Nation too.
But remember, guys,
Sony had that locked up from the jump.
But remember, guys, it's not like Microsoft didn't want to. They can't force people to do deals. No, they prefer Sony. Because it almost sounds like Microsoft is getting blamed for stuff like that. I mean, again, I'm
not blaming them. I'm just like talking on the simple fact of like, look, there's a bunch of like million plus like YouTube like channels just based off of Destiny, right?
True.
So they have a year, it looks like, of exclusive content again, whatever that's going to be. I don't know, but when it comes to that stuff, man, and people like that love Destiny, they're not going to go to Xbox, regardless if it looks even better on Scorpio, because they want to get that content first. They want to get those clicks, and then everybody that loves Destiny is going to be watching those guys, and therefore going to be getting PS4s because of that content.
So quick question. So since you feel, I mean, since that's kind of that's kind of how you feel. Well, I mean, specifically about Destiny. So was it a bad idea that they gave up the Call of Duty deal? I mean, because it almost feels like we're kind of like, oh shit, maybe they shouldn't have done that. It almost feels like they shouldn't have, or something that's almost coming off. Not saying that's what I'm saying.
I'm coming from like the perspective of like, if I was running Xbox, right? Like I would go after at least one or two of those, even if it is money pinching like Xbox or whatever. They don't have the budgets. I still would have squeezed out. Like they spent so much. Like here's the thing, like Gears and Halo, I really don't think at this time and point, it's much like Uncharted and all those, they don't need those big budgets to market those games anymore. They pretty much sell themselves at this point, just like Fallout and Call of Duty and all that. They don't have to market those games. They just show a couple of things and people buy the shit out of them regardless, right? So take that money and go put it somewhere else, like in these third parties and some other first party stuff, to get out there, man. I've always been critical about that with Microsoft, and I keep thinking that they're dropping the ball on that because, people are switching from the gaming media over to YouTube and influencers to find their content and stuff. And if they're sitting there playing a PS4 and they're playing the newest content and you have to wait a year on Xbox to get that content, where do you think people are going to go to play that game? If you're into Destiny or you're trying to get into Destiny, you're going to go to PlayStation. I mean, and they're getting Call of Duty, they're getting Red Dead, they're getting Destiny. Like those are 3 big ass freaking games this year.
That's huge. I mean, it's
the biggest game.
And I don't know what I mean. It's a weird situation. I mean, I'm not sure because that's a huge mountain to climb up, man. When one company is pretty
Microsoft or anything like that, or what they're doing. I'm just saying, like, just from like that kind of perspective, just like a business, like just looking out from the outside in kind of thing.
Those are great points.
Xbox.
It just that's it. But that's the thing. A lot of people, and unfortunately, man, we don't live in a world that makes sense. Yeah, you go Xbox because you prefer that platform. People use those deals as, oh, we got the marketing deal. Like, dude, I'm playing the same fucking game.
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
you know what I mean? So
marketing deals don't work unless it's, to me personally, when a generation first start, when you're trying to get the boatload of people on your team to get the on console. But like once, I think, you know what I'm saying, they really pointless after 3-4 years into it, because it don't matter who got the marketing deal. It don't matter who show it. It's all about where your friends at. So if your friends got a PlayStation, you gonna go to.
Like I said, I'm gonna look at it as a cup half full. I mean, GKB made great points, and you're fucking right. You're on them. But I'm gonna look at the other side of the coin. The way I see this, maybe they didn't go after that because maybe they invested in their own shit, new IPs, Fable, you know, all this shit, Crackdown 3. So whether but. And then like I said last week, maybe Sony really doesn't have shit again. But let me guess. But the goalpost is gonna get moved again. It's fucking genius now. Now it's gonna be all about the third party content.
Well, no, that's the thing, and that's another thing too, is that typically, if you guys remember the last 2 or 3 holidays, Sony hasn't had much around like the last 5 or 6 months of the year. So I mean, maybe that's a way to balance out the games they have coming out. Maybe they don't have as much.
They got smart
to end the year.
Well, that's because they don't need to. They don't need to come out with anything. Yeah, because they have all these third parties.
Third parties, man. And it's a smart ass move, dude. Like, look,
exactly.
If you were Sony and you came out and like, shit, we don't have hardware to rival the Scorpio. I mean, our Pro is not that good. I mean, it's good, but it's not like Scorpio level. So fuck, let's go after all these big ass fucking games and like, let's pretty much say, hey, you can only play the best, or like all this exclusive content and this, that, and the other on the PS4.
No, exclusive on the PS4.
Yeah.
That's how they're gonna do that.
Yeah, exactly. Just like they did before.
False advertisement, as always. Again, not knocking their strategy. Obviously, it's been working for the past 3.5 years. But I mean, I don't know, man. It's hard to criticize something. At least for me, my personal opinion, for something that we don't know what really is going on behind the scenes. Like, what do we don't know if Aaron Greenberg showed up in a fucking armored truck full of money at Bungie Studios, and those motherfuckers didn't want it. You know what I mean? So I'm with you, but at the end of the day, you can't put a gun to their head. But
so let me ask this question, because I put it in chat here a minute ago. So looking forward in the next 2-3 years, games that will probably get released, the regulars, the sequels and stuff like that. What should they go after in the next couple of years and try and get marketing rights from Sony, or try and prevent Sony from
what? And this is one game that I think that they should definitely market. Since they've already done Witcher, that Cyberpunk game.
Absolutely.
They need that Cyberpunk 2077 or whatever I think it's called.
Yeah, they need to stay in bed with Project CD Red.
They need to stay behind that. Another one, I guess. I mean, I don't know how. Man. Elder Scrolls is another one. They're really them and Bethesda. They
need to go out. They need to grab a Star Wars. You see that new game that Respawn is working on it? They need to jump on that one because it's a third-person action game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that would be cool too.
Shit like that. I mean, it's one of those people. Call of Duty. Fuck Call of Duty. I'm sorry.
But millions and millions of people love Call of Duty.
Which is true. And I'm saying fuck Call of Duty, but just look through my achievements. But I played every single one of them. So, and I don't get to know one. So
here's one that no one's thinking of that they already have marketing rights for, but you don't really hear anything about it. Minecraft.
No, they own that shit.
I know they own it, but when have you seen anything about them, like other than us knowing that they acquired the company?
They don't need that. This.
That's kind of back to my thing that I was saying. Is like those kind of games don't need.
Yeah, exactly. And that's a discussion that came on when they first bought Mojang. I always mispronounce the name. They don't need to fuck with that name because you know why? They're making money off of Nintendo. They're making money off of Sony. Yeah. They're making money off of Steam,
Amazon.
Everybody and their motherfucking mom. So people need to get off of Minecraft. Minecraft is its own ecosystem, and they already made their money back on that fucking purchase, dude.
Oh yeah, they've
think about it.
Yeah.
But they could market it a little bit better. I mean, like I've seen zero.
Well, I think that's it. But like GKB said, they don't need to. What they're going after the education market with Minecraft, teaching kids how to code, and Minecraft is
so shit ton on Nintendo Switch now, like that. No one
is coming. Yeah, that's gonna make a shitload of money.
They're just fucking print money off that game.
Yeah, I know, right? So okay, cool.
Can't beat that.
So I mean, we really dove into that one deep, guys. So I do have another topic here, but just once again, the show is winding down. So, you guys
Sorry
have
for the rant, guys.
Oh, it's good. It's good.
Sorry,
Don't
man.
worry about it. We
Good
really
topics.
that was a good topic, man. You know, sometimes we do that here on the shop. Man. We get caught up in the topic and we just go. But the chat is live. If you guys have any questions, go ahead and put them in the chat right now. We will try and answer as many as we can before we wrap the show up here. But we do have another question. Not another question, but I do have another topic to go over. So, by the way, thank you for everybody, the whole 21 people watching. Thank you guys for coming out also too. So. Next topic, guys. We're gonna be talking about Darksiders 3. I was a fan of the first one. I didn't play the second one a lot, maybe like one level. It was pretty good, but I was a huge fan of the first Darksiders. I want to get you guys' opinion on what do you think about 3 coming out. So we'll start with you, Artemis. What do you think about 3, man? Because I know we were talking about this a little bit before the show started, and you were like really super hype about this game. So.
You might want to start it with somebody else, but no. No, I'm absolutely a Darksiders fan, man. You know, the first one was just so fucking cool. Like I love I love Zelda. I didn't really like Breath of the Wild, but that's just my personal opinion, and I just have my gripes about it. But I this game is absolutely. If you love Zelda and you love
the platform
God of War,
brawler,
yeah, if you love anything like that, you're gonna love Darksiders. And if you haven't played the Darksiders at all, you should probably pick them up right now because on Xbox they're $20 for
get those remasters.
Darksiders 1 and Darksiders 2. So, and actually, the funny thing is when a lot of people thought, oh, well, Fury's a girl now, I'm all like, listen, in Darksiders 1, they explain that Fury is a girl. They explain that she's the sister, and she's ruthless too, and she's she's badass. That whip and that gameplay, dude. Right?
Yeah, absolutely, dude.
You saw the gameplay,
yes.
right? Yes. Yeah, dude. It looks so sick. I cannot wait for this game. I have to go back and probably play the first 2 again. I didn't finish 2, so I have to definitely finish it this time. But those games are just so sick, man, and I'm so glad that they're bringing it back. Actually, it was funny. I was actually gonna, if they didn't bring that back, that probably would have been one of the games that I would want them to bring back. When you asked the question earlier, PTK. Yeah. So. But they're finally bringing it back, man, and it's gonna be so sick, man. And the thing is, the people are saying, oh, there's probably not gonna be a 2018 release. It's not gonna be. I'm like, honestly, they'll do that. Like they'll probably come out with it in 2018 because I'm sure they've been working on this since THQ closed their doors.
That's the other good story about that too, man, is they went through some development hell with studios closing and then taking over and then and then now they're together with THQ Nordic and stuff. So
it was pretty bad. They were the only studio that didn't get picked up though. I remember that, one of the studio heads sent out a tweet what, we not good enough? It was kind of messed up.
But I'm so glad that they did that they're gonna make a third one, man. I can't wait.
Okay, cool. GKB, man, how you feeling about Darksiders 3, brother?
Dude, I am so fucking hyped, bro. I just finished up playing the first 2, the remastered ones on the Xbox One. Dude, I had such a blast. I was streaming it too. It's such a good time, dude. The story, you're playing one of the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse. You're going through hell, fighting all these, giant bosses and just having a freaking blast. It has great upgrade system. It's like an RPG kind of thing. And it's good, man. And then they showed, it was kind of funny too because they there might be a Darksiders 3 leak thing, and then literally 10 minutes after that they showed this reveal trailer, a gameplay kind of stuff, and man, it looks great. The world looks beautiful. It really lives into that whole Darksiders world, so it doesn't look like it was too much of a departure from the original games. But yeah, they really look good. I can't wait to play this in 2018.
And that Unreal Engine 4 though, man.
Yeah, Unreal Engine 4.
Oh, I can't wait.
That's the first thing. When they first show her and she's in this forest tunnel thing, and you're looking at it and you're like, wow, that fucking shit looks beautiful, man. And you're just I can't wait to get immersed in this.
Yeah. I gotta check out the footage. I haven't seen it yet. I've seen a still shot, a screenshot of it, but I haven't seen an actual.
Looks pretty good.
Yeah, so I have to take a look. I'll probably look at it once we get off of here. But Fred, have you got a chance to look at it yet? What do you think?
I've seen a little bit of footage of it, and I'm not a huge Darksiders fan, so I'm not really the person to talk to about this. So, I really don't know. I haven't really seen but like a small snippet of what.
Okay.
It's funny, Predator. Like She-Wolf was like that as well. She didn't ever play any of the Darksiders. She watched me play a little bit, but not really her thing. And then she saw this one with Fury and stuff, and she was like, "Oh, I'm gonna play the first two, and then I'm gonna play this one." So I was like, "Yeah, you should. It's really good."
Was it one of those games with gold, like in the past?
Yeah, it was
was
the backwards compatible version.
Yeah,
the actual remaster. If anything, get the remasters because I know the War Master is 1080p 60 frames.
It's
and
beautiful.
I think Definitive Edition is the same as well. So it looks
Definitive doesn't look as good, but the War Master Edition looks really awesome.
I'm watching footage of the pre-alpha gameplay of Darksiders 3 right now. I mean, it looks decent. I mean, I won't knock it.
So
cool.
exciting.
I'm all excited about it. Me and GKB are all
man.
excited about it.
We're
Predator's
on,
just
man.
like, no, bro. I'm not.
Fuck that game.
Predator's like, I don't see any guns, so.
So I want to give a huge shout out to the ladies in the chat. We got She-Wolf in the chat. Shout out to She-Wolf. Then we got Mel also too in here. So shout out, ladies. Thank you guys for coming in.
She-Wolf, the crocodile slayer.
I know, man. Jeez, man. She holds it down for all of us, though, man. So yeah. Jarhead, Darksiders 3, bro. You picking it up?
Fuck yeah. Everything Dark Optimus and GKB said, dude. All I can say when I finally saw it was like about time.
Right?
Because it's supposed to be a 4-part series, man.
Yep.
I am excited.
Yeah.
So, yeah, absolutely. Day
So
one.
I'm gonna assume it's pretty well. I'm gonna say guaranteed because nothing's guaranteed in gaming. But so we're most likely gonna get a 4 at some point down the line.
They have to.
Right?
Yeah,
It's the whole mythology.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Plus,
cool.
you're going up to 7 deadly sins, dude.
Yeah, dude. Oh, it's gonna be awesome. What are they gonna do for Sloth? That's gonna be crazy.
Right?
Oh,
Yeah,
good.
that's gonna be insane.
Nice. Okay. Cool. So Chuck or Fred?
Right.
No, Fred already went. Chuck.
Yeah. Well, since you said Predator, me and him got the same feelings about the game. I mean, I guess it got to be standard, but I seen a little bit of it. I mean, it looked pretty cool. I might dive into it, but like the first 1 and 2, I never played. You know, it just ain't never really catch my attention. But you know, I ain't really giving no second look. I heard a couple people play it, but you know, I just feel like how Predator feeling like, it look all right.
Okay. Cool. I mean, hey, like I said, I haven't seen it yet. I'm a huge fan of the first one. Like I said earlier, didn't play much of the second one, so I haven't played the remastered edition, obviously, or the War Master edition. So I'm probably gonna have to pick those up. And,
Predator and Chuck, you guys are tugging at my heartstrings right now, man.
We need runners.
I'm not saying it's a bad game. I'm just like, I mean, to me, it just looks kind of like Ninja Gaiden.
So Ottomans, if you're not
with a whip.
gushing all over it, it is a bad game according to Ottomans. So, no, but just playing. But okay, cool. All right, so we got through everybody. So yeah, you guys. If you guys have any questions, put them in the chat now. I think I may have missed a couple questions. Did you see any in the chat, GKB? I know there was like 2 or 3 questions here. I think I may have missed them. I got to go back up the feed a little bit. Let's see. What the hell? Okay. Oh well, we're definitely gonna see that. Let's see. If you see a question, just go ahead and shout it out. If you see one. Oh, here we go. Oh, that was you, Pred. You don't count. All right.
Dang.
That was for the fans, man. They gotta answer questions. In the chat.
I know. I'm just funny. Let's see, man. I had a couple because somebody asked about Call of Duty or something. I think it was Call of Duty.
But they asked if Microsoft should go after the. But I mean, that's a moot point.
Oh, well, yeah, that's a moot point. At this point. Yeah, they're not gonna. That ship is sailed. So
it's also the same thing with Red Dead too. You know, you can't.
Yeah,
they can't go after that.
Yeah, they can't just. You know, Rockstar is not gonna say, "Oh, we changed our minds."
I got a quick question for the panel, man. Since nobody's put anything in chat just yet, when do you think that the next GTA is coming out?
2022.
They don't need one. You saw I put that answer in there. That was one of my answers.
2022.
Yeah, that thing is still a top 5 game after like 5
They don't
years.
need to release one, man. I mean,
They don't.
They're making so much fucking money off of that game. It's not even funny, dude. Like, they don't need a new GTA. We're gonna get bullied before we get another GTA. But
that's my reason. Microsoft needs to lock up the next GTA, like right
what
now.
they need to come out with is they need to come out with Midnight Club. They need to stop being assholes.
Ooh,
and come out
yeah,
with that
Midnight
shit.
Club, dude. Hell yeah, I'm right there with you on that one, Jarhead.
I think they use all that asset for Midnight Club for GTA, so I don't think they're gonna make another Midnight Club.
You know, that's the thing. Like with the Red Dead Redemption, 2. One of my biggest fears is that it's going to be like GTA Online, where it's going to be like a bunch of microtransactions. It's just going to be ridiculous.
That's exactly.
Yeah, but dude, like,
I'm okay with that as long as the expansions are free, though.
Right, but what expansions are going to be there? Because they haven't done any expansions since 4 for any of their games.
Yeah, that's true.
Except for maybe Max Payne, they might have done a couple expansions for, but it wasn't very much.
I didn't like the last Max Payne. It gave me headaches. Maybe it was the camera tricks that they used. I didn't like
3? Part 3?
The last one, the very last one. Yeah, I didn't like it at all. I couldn't play it.
The double disc?
No, the one in Brazil. The very last one.
That was 3.
Yeah, I couldn't fucking do it.
To me, I like that game better than Quantum Break. I know I'm gonna get hate for that.
No, you shouldn't. It's not a bad game. I'm telling you, I couldn't fucking play it. I mean, I was excited for it. I just couldn't get into it. And I think the effects they use with the cameras used to make me sick like a dog.
Yeah, man, the diving. So you get in there, you just get the diving and go into slow motion, like everybody diving and just dive and just start shooting. I like, what is that in Quantum Break? What happened to the little dive? What a slide, It's like you took a step back with the I was expecting to do some spectacular stuff. It's still Quantum Break was still a good game. It was just too short for me, and not enough people I could shoot.
I mean, here's a good question that was in the chat. What do you guys think about the Assassin's Creed being named Origins?
Huh? That would be awesome.
I think it'll be dope. Hopefully.
Is it Origins or Chronicles? No,
I thought it was Chronicles. Yeah.
No, I thought it was Origins because
I thought it was Origins too.
Oh no, Chronicles
was the other one. That was the Chinese one. The China.
I hope since it's in Egypt, I hope they adopt a few theories from that movie. What was that movie, man? Timegate. What is it? Stargate.
Stargate. Yeah.
Oh my god, that'd be awesome. Love that movie.
Nice. So I mean, you know what? The thing about Assassin's Creed is it depends on Ubi, man. I don't fuck with Ubi like that anymore, man. I just
Recon.
Yeah, like they don't get me wrong. Ghost Recon actually was a great game. It was actually a lot better game than I first thought it was gonna be. I have the shit, so of course. But they're up and down, man. I'm glad they took a year off. I'm really, really happy that they did that. It's just that they have to nail this. You can't fuck it up. I mean, the movie was bad. Come on, man.
The movie was horrible.
It was fucking terrible. I mean, they may not have anything to do with that. I'm just saying though, Ubi's just been so like. They I don't know, man. The vision, and it's just like they've been up and down this whole generation, man.
I will say that
in Egypt though, the way they the gameplay is, I can't really see them doing that in Egypt, where they're gonna be running up like pyramids and stuff and jumping from pyramids to
that's kind of what I was thinking too, man. Like,
I mean, there were cities.
Yeah, there were vast. There were huge cities and stuff.
Romans in the area too. So.
Yeah. So it won't be too difficult.
Yeah, it wasn't completely desert like it is now.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I'm excited. I want to see what they're gonna bring out. I'm butthurt that they're letting For Honor just go down the fucking drain.
That's Ubi for you. I'm trying to tell you,
man. They start off strong with a game. Look how fast Division was popular. Ghost Recon was popular. For Honor was popular.
Yeah.
I have that shit digital, man.
Well, so was Ghost Recon too.
I mean, but For Honor box themselves on the counter. That's what their biggest problem was. The servers, when it was peer to peer, they so they didn't construct it right. They had the right concept, but
the game is awesome. Like the online was better than the single player. It's just you couldn't get into a match, and if you did, you got kicked off. I just got tired.
That was the peer to peer, and then the other thing they should have left it a little bit more open because like the different fashions they had, they kind of nailed you to like one of those fashions. They should have kind of opened it up a lot more, and then on top of that, should have just did it peer to peer.
Well, they announced season 2, so I don't know. I'll try to go back to it. It's just disappointing.
Yeah, I didn't get into For Honor because it was just not my type of game. I can't do that.
I played the beta and I couldn't do it. I was like, I can't.
It's an acquired taste.
Yeah,
no, I understand that. I
controller.
respect anybody who can play that game and get through it and actually, like, you know, because it's one-on-one combat unless you've got like 2 people on you. But it's supposed to be one-on-one combat. But you know, I have mad respect for people who can play that game and do well at it.
Yeah,
man, ain't no one-on-one combat. Every time I play, like the person there run off to the other person to go crowd the person, then come run back to fight you.
Yeah,
Like 3 or 4 people. ain't nobody fighting fair on there. But you got to have a Elite controller so you can use the paddles. That way you won't be trying to hit the left bumper and you know it's an awkward setup, but I understand why they have it like that.
Okay, cool.
It's very mechanical.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. So I didn't see any other questions here in the chat. So it looks like we're gonna go ahead and wrap it up, guys. You guys know me. I like to keep it to about 60 minutes. So we can go ahead and get out of here. But I appreciate everybody everybody watching here. Appreciate you guys, everybody in the chat. You know, we got She Wolf, Mel, Z Black Rider, just to name a few. RKDO, everybody that came out today. Drop D, appreciate you guys so much. I'm gonna go ahead and go around the panel, let everybody know, you know, where they can find you. We'll start with you, Adam, and let everybody know where they can find you, man, during the week.
well, during the week, you guys can find me on Twitter, giving GKB hell. No, I don't.
Discord.
That's more like Discord, huh? It's more like me and Mike going back and forth, Magic
Yeah,
Mike.
you guys do.
But you guys can find me on Twitter at Dark Optimus. You can also hit me up on Xbox Live at the same name. I also have the Quest podcast every Friday night at 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern. I'm also starting to stream on Beam, and I'm also putting those streams on my YouTube channel, so look out for those.
Awesome, cool. Appreciate you coming
MPTK
through.
Blam, thanks for having me here tonight, man. I appreciate it.
No problem, brother. Appreciate the enthusiasm, man. Yeah, but I'm a big fan of the show. You guys check them out. Quest Podcast, like you said, Friday evenings, man. It's a great show. You guys all subscribe to his YouTube channel, too. Next is the governor, the guy. He doesn't need a fucking introduction. Just tell the people what you want to tell them.
What's up, everybody? I'm GKB, the governor. Big shout out to She Wolf and the Console Corner crew. Love you guys. Great to be back on the Shop podcast. I've been MIA for a little bit, but I'm back. So hopefully I can get on some more shows lately. But you can follow me on Gamers Knows Best on YouTube and Twitter. Don't forget Community Game Times tonight with the Quest guys. They're gonna be playing some Battlefronts.
Oh yeah, I totally forgot about that.
I got you,
Thanks GKB for that one, man.
Yeah. Good rocking out with the panel tonight. You guys are awesome. You had some great points. It was great topics and stuff. So
For sure. Glad to have you back, man. Tell Trump to stop fucking with the taxes. I know you golf with him, man. I know you guys hang
he's
out.
changing everything every day,
Yeah,
every
I
minute.
know, man.
It's fucking crazy.
Anyway, man, so we're going to go ahead and move on to the boy Jarhead, man. Let everybody know where they can find you, brother.
You can find me on Twitter. That's where I usually hang out the most. Jarhead2001. That's my gamer tag. Feel free to add me. I don't play as much as I used to, but if I'm on, feel free to hit me up. Usually just hop on Overwatch.
For sure. All right. So, cool. Pred, now that you're back in the States, man, let everybody know where they can find you. What can we expect from the Xbox after party, man? That's the real question. God damn it.
I'm gonna start doing some stream, man. I've been messing around with Beam a little bit while I was gone, but you guys can find me Predator_H2OS on Beam, on Twitter, on YouTube. Those are all 3 of my channels there. More content coming. Like I said, I'm trying to get adjusted to being back. Sleep schedule. Spend some time with the family. We picked up a new cat today. It's gonna drive me fucking crazy. So, but I'll be back on Twitter. I'll be back, obviously, here on the shop frequently now since I'm back in the States, and back doing more podcasts, more streaming on my channel, more stuff on my YouTube channel. So make sure you guys like, follow, subscribe. You know where to find me.
So yeah, you guys go check him out too, man. Great content. Doesn't put it out as often because of his obviously occupation, but he has some great shit. Go check him out, man. Xbox After Party on YouTube, man. So my boy Chuck, let everybody know that you up, brother.
All right, this is your boy Triple Cup Chuck, and I'm up. You know what I'm saying? Thanks, Blam, for having me back up on this thing. Even though I know I was a little bit late, but honestly, I was playing the game and I looked up and like, oh man, look what time it is. But you know, I mean, it happened. You know, time go by like fast when you playing the game. Like it'd be 3-4 o'clock now, so you look like, man, 7 o'clock already. Feel like I just turned the game on. Yeah, you know that happens. You know that's the life of a gamer. Well, everybody out there on chat, you know what I'm saying, appreciate y'all for rocking out with us. You know, talking, leaving comments. You know, I'm out there with y'all, and you can find me at Triple Cup Chuck on Xbox, on Twitter, on Beam. But on Beam it's Triple Cup _ Chuck. But everything else is Triple Cup, one word, then Chuck, and that's it.
All right. Cool. So I am the host with the most, your boy PTK Blam. PTK Blam across the board, guys. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Also, the podcast will resume next Saturday, guys. We'll be bringing more content, more topics. We'll be bringing some of these same gentlemen here, some of these same gamers back next week, guys. So follow me, subscribe. I also do have like a family vlog channel that I do. I will leave that in the link in the description if you guys want to go subscribe to that also too. If you want to see me in everyday life, go subscribe there. But I appreciate you guys for coming out on this Saturday. Hit up GKB, man. They do like the best community game night, man, on YouTube, man. So come out, play with those guys. They always put on a good show. They always have fun. It's a whole lot of fun. It's open to everybody, which is awesome. So you guys just come fuck with us. So we're gonna get out of here. Have a good one, guys. Enjoy the rest of your Saturday, and we're out of here. Take it easy, everybody.
Out the
Good night, everybody.